I think that Mr. Trump, President-elect Trump, former President Trump, will work towards peace, not only in the Middle East, but around the world. I think that he looks at himself as a peace president. What I would encourage him and his new administration to look at is the nearly, 50, 60,000 young children, women, and others who have been killed in Gaza and elsewhere in this conflict. It's time for this killing to stop. We need to protect innocent civilians. We need to protect children, and we need to protect women. Well, I think, I've been talking to a number of leading business people and others that know Mr. Trump well. And I think that initially, he's going to focus on domestic issues. I encourage him to look globally to the situation in the Middle East, in Ukraine, in Yemen, in Sudan. I believe that this is an inflection point in history, and we need to be protecting civilians. We need to trying to save lives and alleviate suffering. Well, I think he has to put, restrictions on the Israelis. He has to insist that corridors are open to provide food aid and assistance to suffering people due to Israelis' conflict in the Middle East. I think that he needs to do that, and I think that is mission critical for his credibility and to save lives and alleviate suffering. I think it's the moral responsibility of the President of the United States to not be part of this war that has killed so many innocent people. And it's time for the United States to live up to its, exceptional ideas and exceptional leadership. I think Mr. Trump has the opportunity to become really a great president if he focuses not on coordinated, and orchestrated and kind of choreographed airstrikes between Israel and Iran, but he focuses on saving lives, alleviating suffering, protecting civilians, and making sure that people are protected and provided safety. Well, I think that's a fear that we all have, but I do think that what Mr. Trump is Mr. Trump is the art of the deal. He thinks of himself as the ultimate deal maker. So, Mr. Trump, if you're listening, and I hope you are, it's time for you to make a deal for the people of Gaza, for the people of Lebanon. These are innocent civilians. This is not sustainable for us to continue to kill children, women, innocent people. So, Mr. Trump, you are a peace president. I hope you're listening. And if you are, let's end this now. Let's stop arming the Israelis with lethal weapons. Let's stop this craziness. Well, I'll be visiting Ukraine again in December. I'll be there for 2 weeks. And like Kurdistan, I have an incredible love for Ukraine and its people because of the burden that they carry. They're fighting this war at the front lines for not only their country, but like Kurdistan, for the entire world. And so I think in that way, Kurdistan and Ukraine have an affinity. I think that, Mr. Putin is already flexing his muscles. He's already saying that he won't be easy. He's not a friend of Mr. Trump's. I don't think that Mr. Trump is a friend of Mr. Putin's. And I think that Mr. Trump will dominate Mr. Putin in this coming weeks and convince him that it is in his best interest to depart Ukraine, to stop the killing, and end this war. Kurdistan is our number one ally in the region. It's the most dependable, most predictable. It's the most tolerant. And so again, if I was speaking directly to Mr. Trump, I would say, depend on Kurdistan, look to them, help them, with their challenges, because they have helped us with ours in this battle against Daesh, in this battle against terrorism. Kurdistan has been at the front lines. So I think we understand each other. We have similar values. And I would encourage Mr. Trump to embrace Kurdistan as a dependable partner in the Middle East. I'm honored to be here, and thank you for inviting me to speak to your audience and be with you today.